Yeah, so I may have accidentally bought some plants from the shop earlier today.
Yeah, you can't be let loose in a supermarket or a garden centre unattended.
I've got an eye infection. That's my...
What's it got to do
That's
with
my
the
excuse.
fucking plants? Is it because you feel sorry for yourself? So
Essentially,
you
yeah.
decided you'd buy a
I felt
fuckload of plants.
bad about my life.
That's
so
what I do.
He's currently looking like Cyclops with your weird eye. It looks like you look like a battered husband.
yeah,
I'm kind of into it.
that's disgusting.
Disgusting.
Welcome, ladies and perverts, to the My Wife is a Dominatrix podcast. Coming to you from a dimly lit dungeon somewhere in the UK.
That was it. That's enough. I gave you
You've got-
more this week.
It's ridiculous. Like, someone has gone to the time to make this, and you're just like, do you know what? I can't be arsed. So we're actually probably going to go get a new one, aren't we?
I went through the time of writing the stupid script for that.
Well,
Took
you've only got
ages.
yourself to blame.
Ages.
Why is it so long?
Because I'm witty and I couldn't stop myself.
Unbelievable. Witty and a
It
spendthrift.
just sort of ran away with it.
I'm going to become broke for you and your bloody plant obsession.
Yeah, I know.
Talking
I'm sorry.
of plant obsessions and
Hold on a minute. Before you go off on a tangent.
horticulturists,
Before
I'm
you
just
go
going
off
to
on a
introduce our
tangent.
next guest.
Welcome, ladies and perverts, to My Wife is the Dominatrix. Great podcast, apparently. Starring me, Dan Vandal, and her.
Miss Poison Candy.
And today we have a special guest.
Yes.
More special
Dun, dun, dun.
than guest. The Countess Coco.
Shalom, Jackie.
Shalom, Jackie.
It's a great intro.
That's a great intro. Well done, mate.
But it's so hot in here, so we all decided to do this podcast naked.
Yeah. Which is frightening for some and not so
I mean,
frightening for others.
Looking at you is really...
Doing it for you.
No, just quite sick of the
Honestly,
corner
these
of
two
the
have
floor.
like a relationship like brother and sister. It's so weird.
We do. We get on quite well. We've
Yeah.
met, I don't 3 or 4 times, I guess.
At least.
You and I?
At least.
Something like that. I get you muddled with some of the others.
Yeah, really
Because
easily done.
Not you, but the names. Because I refer to most people as their name
Yeah.
and not their dominatrix name. When you
Yeah.
talk about them, I never know which one you're talking about.
Exactly, yeah.
Especially Coco and...
Should I be like the one
Kiki.
that ate a donut out my ass? There wasn't a
That
donut.
doesn't
No, it
narrow
wasn't
it
a donut.
down.
It was a penis-shaped ice cube.
Oh god, yeah.
And that doesn't narrow it down that much.
Unbelievable.
Wait, who ate one out of my ass?
Kiki. It
Was
was
it?
like,
Was
yeah,
it?
yeah. Kiki had to eat,
And I had to eat one out of your ass.
and you had to eat
Who-
one. This was at a social, by the way. We're not just making penis ice cubes and just doing it for
She's
fun.
lying. We're just
It was
doing
part-
it for fun.
It was part of
It
a.
was 2 minutes ago before we done the podcast.
Shut up.
It is quite hot.
It was
we
part
could do
of
with
a
those right
forfeit.
now.
I could slip one in easy. I'll tell you, it wouldn't be coming
I
out
can melt
the same
instantly.
shape.
Oh,
Yeah, we
dear.
did this because. Oh, beep the name out. I fucked it.
Why? What have you done?
I said her name.
Oh, beeping. Hold on.
Sorry, Coco. So confusing because we've got Countess Kiki, Countess Coco.
Don't. This is my
Everyone's
point.
yeah, it is confusing. Right, so Coco came to a couple of our socials, and so we did party games, and for the forfeit for the games that we were playing, we had these penis-shaped ice cubes,
Mm-hmm.
and I had to come up with lots of different dares, and it just generally ended up being eating ice cubes out of each other's arseholes. So
It was, yeah.
it was.
Like directly from the arsehole, not just
Yeah,
around
but
it.
it was
Yeah.
fully in, just like the tip was in and the balls were hanging out.
I know,
and you
Coco
basically had
tried
to eat
to-
the balls out.
Coco literally wedged her thumb right up
Just wanted
Kiki's
to be in your
asshole.
bum.
She's like, animal.
I was just trying to set up the cheese board,
You were.
wasn't I?
It was
Yeah.
a very good spread.
You did a ha-ha.
Kiki did a
Right, so Coco, do you want to tell us a bit about yourself?
Oh, what do you want to know?
Where are you from and why are you in my house?
What? I'm in your house because your wife brought me in.
Oh, yeah.
She's your
I-
present. Ta-da!
No, thank
Shit
you.
present, isn't it? But you've
No,
got
I
the
love you to
receipt.
bits. I just prefer it when you're not here. Go on.
Exactly. I'm from Hampshire,
Yeah, starting.
25.
25.
I've been in the industry for nearly 8 years, I think. 7 years?
Really?
7, 8 years, yeah.
Crikey, that's a long, long time.
Since I was literally 18.
And?
Done some shit.
Yeah. Done some...
Not always been a dominatrix.
Where did you
No.
start? What was it, 7 years, 8 years ago?
Yeah, so I started on OnlyFans,
Yeah.
doing very basic vanilla stuff. Didn't even show my pussy.
Pussy.
Did you not?
Pussy? No.
Really?
And then it just kind of snowballed.
Mm.
And
Was this during... No, when was lockdown then? So it was
no,
way before
lockdown
lockdown.
was 2020, so that was 4 years ago. So I was well in it then.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I've
she
been in
was
it for like 3 years.
She's
by
one of the
that
OG
point.
OnlyFans
I am
Right,
girls.
one of the OGs.
Yeah. when it wasn't oversaturated with cooking content creators.
Yeah. What was it like being on OnlyFans before it started going mental?
A lot better than what it is now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a lot easier to sell content. The market's so oversaturated now.
Was it like a quality over quantity thing back then, and now there's just a barrage of anything you need?
Yes and no. I think back then social media was a lot easier to navigate as well. So there wasn't as
100%.
many blocks on it. I could literally post myself squirting on Instagram stories and just cover my vagina and it would be fine.
Really?
Now, now
Yeah.
you can't even
I can't do jack shit on it
boot a
now.
goose. You
I
can't
don't really
you can't
remember any of that.
squirt,
I don't. Well, to be fair, I don't really use social media at
Yeah.
all, do I?
peg aggressively. You can't. There's just so many stipulations and rules. So this is my gripe with OnlyFans. I did actually get my Dominatrix account shut down because apparently it was too graphic. Obviously.
No shit.
And so I use OnlyFans, but just for the farts. Just for the farts, only farts. But yeah, when I originally was on OnlyFans as a dominatrix, I used to be able to post loads and loads of stuff.
Yeah.
And then they shut down my account. I didn't get my money back. They took my money, and they've done this to a lot of creators. They basically built their brand on sex workers because that's what all OnlyFans was.
Yeah.
And then one day they turned around and told us all, no, we're not doing this
They
anymore.
tried kicking us off at one point. They said they
Yeah.
were going to completely ban sex workers, but then they realised that their whole platform was basically sex workers.
Yeah,
and
that's
that's
right,
how they
yeah.
were making their money.
Yeah, we built that. We built all of the fan base and stuff
Yeah.
on OnlyFans.
I really wish I had We Built This City
We built this
ready to
city.
go. I really wish I could just press a button.
And then obviously there was a massive uproar and people like, how dare you? It's like tale as old as time. You always get. She's also great at karaoke. This is her sideline. So yeah, tale as old as time. You'll always get sex workers that will build up the platform. They do really well, make lots of money for a company, and then the company will bow down to like, I don't know, the biggies like MasterCard and stuff because
Yeah.
of like religion and the evangelists and all of the people who are campaigning against sex work.
Boycotting.
And they're basically making sex work unsafe because they're making sex workers having to struggle for survival, for pay. They're making it unsafe.
They're pushing it underground, right?
They
They're
just
pushing
want
it,
you
yeah.
to be a little sheep, basically. with
Exactly.
everything.
You're not allowed to be creative. You're not allowed to do certain things. Anyway, so OnlyFans
Why
back
don't
in
they
the
just
day.
do? Why don't they just embrace it and tax it and make a shitload of money out of it?
Well, they do tax it, but they still don't want you doing it. Because
Exactly.
Obviously, we're making more money than a general 9 to 5.
And they don't like that. They don't like the fact that we can choose our own hours. We can choose who we're doing it with. We can choose where this content's going. They don't like it. They don't have the same control and
Yeah.
stipulations and stuff as like a 9 to 5 job. So, do you know what I mean? You're not on a payroll. You're doing it yourself, and they don't like that either. But yeah, so OnlyFans basically did everyone over, and then they started bringing in things like trying to turn it into like a Patreon almost, like they're getting cooking people and fitness gurus.
Oh, and
So
art
that's
and
what it
stuff.
originally started out as.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, right back in the day, that's where it
Yeah,
came from.
That's what.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what it
Oh.
originally started out as, and then the sex workers took over the platform
Obviously.
and then made the name.
But then they tried to bring back this other stuff, and people didn't want to buy into that. There's YouTube, there's so many other platforms that you can get stuff like that from. And then I think the worst thing for OnlyFans, the worst thing that changed it was they started doing celebrities on there, and celebrities thought this is a good, easy, quick buck, like Bad Barbie or Iggy
Who
Azalea.
was that celebrity that posted a photo? She sent it to everyone's inbox at some
Bella
point.
Thorne.
Yes, but it wasn't even a nude, and everyone paid to unlock it, and then
Yeah.
they realised it was like $50.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Everyone paid to unlock it, and it wasn't even fucking nude. And she
Really?
made millions.
She
on
made
that-
like
on that
something
one
like
photo.
8 million on her, there's a ridiculous amount on her first day.
That Bad Barbie posted her income the other day.
Yeah.
From only 54 million or something, I think
Yeah.
it was.
It doesn't surprise me. But
That
then
number could be completely wrong. I
Yeah.
wasn't paying attention
But
much.
stuff like that makes me angry because there are girls out there who are doing this for their job. You know, you've got people like Bad Barbie. I get that's probably part of her job, but her main thing was being a celebrity in the public eye and stuff. And when
Music, wasn't it?
yeah, music and rapping and all of that. But when a big celebrity does it, it takes away from the other people, the independents. You're taking away the people who should be in the spotlight, the actual people who are doing good content creating. It takes people's attention away from that to then go and have a look at, I don't know, Jennifer Aniston's one tit.
Yeah.
And it's just, it makes you feel like a sack of shit as a person and as a content creator.
Well, I feel
because
like everyone just jumps on the bandwagon now for OnlyFans. Like, there's a lot of findom girls that will just jump into it, and they're young, and they'll be like, "I'm not a sex worker." Hate to break it to you, parents.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Did you
Has
not
this
get the
guy
memo?
wanked over your picture?
Yeah.
You're a sex worker, my love.
Yeah.
But they do that, like I said in the last podcast, like people don't like to say they're a sex worker, but it's part of the sex work industry. And I don't think if you're not going to admit to being a sex worker, you've got no place being in this industry. The industry is already full of fucking dickheads, people that you film with, people that you trust.
To be fair, sex work is such a broad thing. It's such a broad spectrum. They need to narrow it down and maybe have sections for stuff.
There just needs to be,
like teachers, and then you have like English teacher and a maths teacher.
So we're all sex
You should
workers,
have,
but in that group,
and then you can just drop the sex work a bit if you're a bit fancy.
a bit fancy.
Yeah.
It's like when people used to escort. They're not called escorts anymore. They're called companions.
Yeah.
Companions.
Exactly.
An expensive companion. I'm a luxury service. Honestly, I see it all the time. It makes me laugh, and I'm like, babes, you're still getting rattled for a bag.
Yeah.
So whether you're Jenny down the block and you're surviving on your money from your sex work, or you're getting really fancy handbags, darling, it's the same thing.
Yeah, that's
you're
right.
all
It's all
getting
sex
money
work.
from sex work, and it doesn't make you any better than Jenny, who's having to do it to feed her family of 5.
100%.
So, but people do, don't they? They like to make themselves feel better and feel like, oh, I'm top dog, I'm doing this. But sweetheart, it's all the same thing.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Yeah.
I completely agree.
Anyway, sorry, carry on. So, OnlyFans.
This will happen quite a lot through the podcast. You'll be talking for 10 to 15 seconds, and then she'll take over for
That's fine.
10 minutes.
ADHD, bro.
ADHD, bro.
I know, right?
You should have
That's why we
heard
get
us
on
all day.
Yeah. Oh my God, today has been wild.
Constant
Oh, this is
singing.
probably why you get on with Coco so much.
I do.
Because she's quite similar to me, just sort of don't really have enough facts to care
Well,
about.
I find when I'm mixed with other neurospicy people,
Yeah.
then that's it. I'm pinging. I've never been diagnosed, but it's
Yeah.
fucking obvious.
Yeah. So we
Wonder.
were filming today with a really, really nice guy. Like, I don't really film too much with other male content creators because as a woman in this industry, a lot of male creators, as I'm sure Coco will tell you, like her experiences, the guys tend to be slightly creepy, not safe, just in it for themselves. They're not really professional.
Yeah.
And that's a big thing. That's a huge thing, especially in America, Bax was saying. So we filmed today with Bax Box. He's BAXXX Box on Twitter, and he is a lovely guy. Twitter.
He was
He's
really nice to work with.
He was lovely, wasn't he? Really good guy. He's from
America, isn't he?
America, yeah. And he is a really nice guy. He was lovely, professional. He shoots all sorts of stuff from, he does a lot of gay porn because he's like a gym bunny, isn't he? He's like a bodybuilder. He's got a great body, great physique. And it's very rare that you'll get someone to film with that has a really good physique and will show their face on cam whilst doing a lot of femdom stuff.
Right.
It's actually quite a rare thing,
It is
isn't
a
it?
very rare thing.
It's
That
a
barely
rare
ever
thing.
happens.
Yeah, a lot of people obviously wear masks and stuff, so he's like a unicorn, I guess. The unicorn. But
just because he's willing to show his face.
yeah, willing to show his face,
Right.
and he's got a
Pretty
good body,
Gotcha.
bodybuilder sort of thing. Not a lot of men would do that. So he shoots a lot of gay porn
Yeah.
professionally. He does gay porn, he does straight
Femdom.
porn, femdom porn, he does everything, and he films with everybody.
Porn.
He has a really good fan base, and he doesn't just film with one particular type of woman.
Yeah.
All of his clips are so diverse, and that's what he truly believes in. So he'll film with like a disabled person, he'd film with a trans, he'd film with a slightly bigger girl. Like, he's really inclusive of everybody, and he believes that kink and sex
Just
should
not
be
fussy. He's
available.
not fussy chap.
He truly believes that, kink and sex should be available for everyone in all different types of forms and stuff. So that was really refreshing. And he does a lot of advocacy work for survival sex workers and lots of stuff in America, because obviously America at the moment are having a right old thing about porn. And
Yeah, they're
being
always having a
straight.
thing about something.
yeah, but especially porn at the moment, like all the big companies are like rallying against sex workers and making it hard. So he's doing his absolute best to support everyone he can. And it was really good fun. But you and I just acted like a pair of children.
Well, we are.
We are. It's so bad.
Yeah.
Like, when we get together, we're trying to film, but we're trying to be serious. We're like, right, serious faces. And I just look at her and I can't stop laughing. We're trying to be all sexy, like, yeah, look at this little dick in this chastity cage. Shit, you not. So today he turned up, he had his chastity cage on and everything beautiful. Halfway through a scene, he was like, shit, I've left my key at home.
Oh,
He had to have
really?
his dick locked the whole
So
time.
disappointing.
I know. So didn't even get to see his full-size dick,
It's wiener.
his wiener.
That's terrible.
I know. So we had to make him come in the
Sounds
chastity
really
cage.
disappointing.
How did you? I was going to say, how did you manage to do content then? I suppose
Because
you can still do.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah.
fandom,
yeah,
like
it's fandom.
chastity,
Doesn't really matter,
tease.
does it?
No.
He can take a good old pegging.
Yeah, it
Oh.
could take a good pegging.
Yeah. Anyway, we did some filming today. We spent the day together, and we are just. I think we always have good fun. You were one of the people that I will genuinely call a friend outside of kink.
I
Yeah.
think
100%.
it's
I
very
agree.
rare to find a nice person in this industry. Let's
Yeah.
just say that.
And you found two, you lucky bastard.
Where's the second? No, I do actually have another very good friend outside of this. Her name's also Amy, and she's in the industry.
Let's not
Yeah.
pretend like you got other friends.
I do, thank you. Just the one though. So.
Is it only you can see them?
Ridiculous. Right. Anyway, enough of me talking. Get back onto it. So you started on OnlyFans.
Sorry.
On OnlyFans. So I actually started with porn. Boy girl. I did it a lot
Mhm.
with my boyfriend at the time. Girl. And I did that for a good year or more.
Yeah.
I did the solo stuff beforehand for a little while. And then I met my friend who is a dom.
Okay.
She's been doing it now for 8 years, and she said, "What are you doing? Like, you're on the wrong side of the industry."
Oh, really?
So that's how I came over.
Yeah.
But before that, I was actually working on Babe Station.
You were.
Call me.
So it was actually set up. So there was 4 different camming platforms that I was set up on at once that you were to flip through. You're in a studio, it looks like a bedroom, obviously.
Hmm.
And then you get TV slots. So they're only like, I think, 20-minute TV slots at a time, and you didn't always get them every shift.
Yeah.
Terrible pay. Wouldn't recommend anyone to work there
Oh no, was it that
at
bad?
all. Do you know what? I reckon you probably end up taking 30% of what you actually earn.
Oh,
Because-
wow. Really?
Yeah, because so the platforms you're set up on, so Babe Station will take their cut, the platform will take their cut, and then you get whatever's left. The highest paying out platform that they had on there was BS Cams, Babe Station Cams,
Yeah.
and that was 50%.
Really?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, and I think 20% is bad for like
Yeah.
OnlyFans and the platforms we're
Yeah.
on.
It was fucking awful.
Good
Like
lord.
you had a daily retainer of £100. So if you earn under that, then you'd always guaranteed to earn £100. But the shifts were 8 hours. You're allowed an hour break, but you had to take that sort of like in the middle of the day or whatever. You couldn't take it at the end of your shift and go home early.
Oh,
You
right.
had to
Yeah,
take
yeah.
it,
Yeah.
So,
So it was like a 9 to 5 basically.
It sounds like
but
a
Pretty
normal
much.
job.
and you're live the whole time though. The whole time you're live. Everyone can see you, and then they just pay to take you into a private room. That is it. Like you've got to be acting up for cameras the whole time.
God, that sounds exhausting.
Yeah, horrendous. I wouldn't recommend it.
What kind of stuff do you have to do on Babe
Anyone-
Station for anyone
Oh.
that hasn't seen Babe
But
Station?
also, if what happens when it's not during that 20 minutes? So you have that 20-minute live bit, and then what you do the rest of the
So
time?
you have the 20-minute TV slot, but the rest of it you're on cams.
Oh,
So you're
right.
still being
Actually, Yeah,
watched.
so you're basically
As you're
it's a
still
camming
doing like a
platform.
different bit.
Yes.
See, that's the thing I don't like about camming is having to like sit in a room or something, or like I find that quite intrusive. Like I don't like being on cam too much, unless it's like a booked-in cam session and I know what I'm doing. Like, what are you doing with that time? You're just
Oh, you're going to hate it when we start doing video podcasts.
rolling around on the bed, like.
Well,
"Babe."
yeah, pretty much, babes. Yeah, it was. You had to just fucking act up for the whole
But you don't get
were
naked in
live.
Babe Station, do you? What do you do?
Yes.
You do?
Yes, mate. I used to make myself squirt and everything on Babe Station.
used to show the
all of
pom-pom.
it. I
See,
used to show.
not on
I
the
used
telly,
to
though.
Fuck myself. Not on the telly. You're not allowed to show insertions.
might fall off.
on telly or pussy on telly. The only time you're allowed to show pussy is if you did BX cams, and that was a late night thing, and you had to go to like Milton Keynes for that.
Really?
Yeah, I never did that.
Crikey. So did you just didn't earn that much and it was just.
Yeah, it was just shit. It got me by while I needed it.
Yeah.
But yeah, ultimately it was not for me.
What was the weirdest sort of call you had on there?
Oh, okay. So I had someone come in and basically wanted me to pretend like Harry Potter. It's Harry Potter themed,
It's
basically.
incredible.
Called me his Hermione and said, "Are you going to be my little Griffin whore?"
We're getting t-shirts. We're getting t-shirts made.
Oh
Are you
my
going to be
Lord.
my Gryffindor? Yes. And then I had to tip my head over the edge of the bed, put a dildo in my mouth, and then asked me to shout my favourite Asian food. I ignored the question because I panicked, and I am not good when I'm put on the spot and I cannot answer, so I ignored it. And then a couple of minutes later, he fucking asked again. So I panically shouted fucking onion bhajis with a cock in my mouth.
Wow. That must be a real highlight of your career there.
It really was. It's
Did anyone
something-
get this on video?
No, it's something that really stuck, but I'm pretty sure I have screenshots of it on my
I've seen
phone because it
screenshots
was
of you.
so fucking funny. No, of the chat.
Oh,
I
no.
took pictures of it because I was just like, what the fuck
Oh,
is
that's
this?
amazing.
That's
He
crazy.
came back in later in the day actually and asked me to do fucking burpees on the bed, and I was like,
No, my
way.
man. What the
I'll break the bed. The producers will just hear me bouncing up and down on the bed.
That's so
Men
weird,
are
isn't
so
it?
weird, aren't they? I always wondered what kind of guy rings into these babe station things.
Did you let him slither in?
Oh my god, yes, he said that. He actually said that. I fucking forgot about that. Yeah.
Unreal. So,
So-
okay, from babe station then, what happened?
So you met this lady. Did she start training you up, or what happened?
No, so whilst I was at Babe Station, I actually still had a Nilla job. So I was actually
Really?
Yeah. So I used to work at Goodwood. I was a beauty therapist.
Oh.
And before that, I worked.
Forgot how to do it.
No.
Oh, you're so
like,
mean. For
that's-
God's sakes.
But fuck you! That you just got.
Killing.
Fuck's
Just
sake.
thinking.
Oh, the cogs are turning. It took a minute.
Retire after that one. That was
Yeah,
good.
I would. You're fucking old enough.
Oh my God. You see, like brother and sister, this is what I have to deal with
Go
every
on,
fucking
hurry up, your
time.
boring story.
Oh, I've forgotten now. You've
You
interrupted
used to work
me.
at Goodwood doing hair
Used
and
to work
makeup or
Hair,
something.
makeup, beauty.
Beauty.
A lot of massage, blah blah blah.
And yet I've never had one. Cheers.
I mean, when have we ever been in a position to?
Right now.
Many,
Let's
many
go.
times.
Fucking strip off, babe. Get the oil
You're
out.
always trying to get me naked.
I know,
Always. She
same.
is. She's awful.
Babe, the first
Right.
time we met you, I just tongue shoved down my throat. So.
Hey.
Yeah, that sounds
Doesn't
about
sound
right.
like me. Maybe it sounds
Lipstick
like
smeared
me.
all over my face.
Oh God! Every time I see her, like everyone's always like, "What's all that red around Coco's mouth?" And I'm like, me with
Candy.
my signature red lips." Right. So then you had a Nilla job, a Nilla job, and then
So I did that. I was still getting paid, obviously, through COVID. And then I think it was maybe summer of 2021. I'd met my friend like 5 months prior. And she was like, yeah, you need to get out of that, get over here because it's so much better. So I did. And then I stopped all that. I stopped posting on my Nilla OnlyFans. And then just kind of came over and it's progressed as time has gone on.
Nice.
how do you find it? Do you like it?
Much better.
Much
I
better.
very much enjoy beating men up.
Yeah, and you do like a lot of camming, don't you? You're predominant.
Yes.
So I'm more predominantly a sessions person and content, but you do a lot of cam work,
That's
don't you?
where a majority of my income comes from, yeah. So I'm predominantly on like Skype and adult work. That's where a lot of that comes from. But
Is that what you prefer doing, or is that just the way it is?
that's just the way it is. But to be honest, at the beginning, I hadn't done a lot of sessions. So obviously I was a bit more nervous in it, but they don't really bother me anymore. Like it's a session, like
A session's a
it's a
session.
session's
isn't
a
it? It's
session,
just-
yeah. Like,
But you prefer doing live sessions, don't you? You're not
Yeah,
a
I
fan of the
prefer.
cam.
Yeah, I just prefer doing sessions because it's just a one-to-one, and I'm just better in person, I think, than I am.
it's just what you're used to, I think.
Exactly. Yeah. Like I suppose if you taught me, then I'd be good. And like if I
Yeah.
taught you more in sessions and stuff, like it would be. We're pretty quick learners, but
Yeah.
Like I will go and do sessions for like a few of my subs. Like
Yeah.
I go and travel for them and I do them. But
You two do double sessions quite a lot as well, don't you?
well, we do double filming. We're yet to do double sessions. Actually.
Oh, really?
Aren't we? Yeah, we'll have to
I
sort
thought
that
you
out.
did double
Actually.
sessions.
No, we
No,
haven't
we haven't
actually
actually
done
done a double
double
session.
filming?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
always just end
we've
up filming,
spoke about it, but we've never
filming and fucking around with
got
each
to
other.
do it. Yeah, basically.
Oh, well, there you go. Look,
There we
maybe that's
go.
something you could do.
We will do. Yeah, we do quite well together when we're filming. Like people like to see us together because we're both quite strong women, aren't we? We're both like
Yeah,
you're
Butch
quite, you're more
ladies.
muscular, but I wouldn't say butch. I think we'd do quite well with the lesbians.
Built
to be
like
fair.
builders, the pair of you.
Unbelievable.
Just because you're built like a fucking little bitch, mate.
We're going to make out in a minute, aren't we?
You fucking wish.
I didn't even hear what he said.
He said you're going to make out in a minute.
Oh, yeah. No, sorry, we've already done that loads today. That's not for your eyes.
Oh, dear.
So yeah, so we've done quite a bit of filming together. Yeah, we're always really popular when we do it together because she's like the brunette version of me.
Yeah.
So, and we always have a laugh. You can always tell we're enjoying ourselves,
Yeah.
which I think is really important on cam. We don't like to take ourselves too seriously. A lot of people are like, yeah, I'm gonna look really serious and like.
Funny you should say
Whereas
that.
oh god, what?
Because it brings me on to a question I found on the old Reddits.
Oh god, here we go.
Are you excited?
Mm-hmm.
So excited.
This is
Buzzing.
from the
And I just
BDSM
got
advice Reddit again. Subreddit, sorry. Right, it's called Too Goofy to Be a Dom.
Oh.
I love the idea of being Dom, but I tend to lean to the comical side. I see plenty of Doms being very serious, tough, and I wonder if I am doing the whole Dom thing correctly. I mainly want my subs to feel safe and at ease, and I believe my humorous side gets the job done, but I am concerned that it might be a turn-off for somebody who is a sub.
So I'd say if it's a turn off for them, then that sub isn't for you.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Like, you
100%.
should just be able to be 100% yourself when you're a dom. Like, I have a joke and a laugh in all of my sessions because it makes
Yeah.
it more fun. I don't like being serious all the time. I like being able to take the piss out of you and actually a sub having a joke with me back. I think it
Yeah.
makes it flow a lot more nicer.
Yeah, it's not that weird, awkward, how am I going to fill these moments
Yeah.
sort of thing. And
Mm.
I think like you had a 7-hour foot session yesterday
Yeah.
or something.
Huh?
didn't you?
Last week, yeah, I did a 7-hour foot session, mate.
How? What?
And then
What
a
do you do for
4-hour
7
one the
hours?
next day. It's right. So honestly, I was just sat in the chair for 7 hours in the same spot. He licked my shoes a bit, and then I had to hover my feet over him, and then he had a few like key trigger words that are forever burned in my brain now.
Tell us the keywords.
Crap, congealed, shit, mud, to name a few.
Lovely.
Okay,
Great words.
for any idiots in the room,
Cracks and crevices.
what the fuck? What is a trigger word? I've never heard this before.
A
What
trigger
is
word,
this?
so it's just a word that they really like that will get them really horny, basically. Like,
Yeah.
Well, just a word.
Yeah.
You know,
How
like
do
when
they
you're
deal
having
with that
sex
in
and you're
everyday
like,
life?
yeah, fuck. And you're like, oh, yeah, I like that. Or like if you say something like conditioning a slave's mind and you use word like language that they like
Yeah.
some people like, I want to fuck you. And some people would be like, I want you to ejaculate. Like they like the proper pronunciation.
Right. Oh,
of
so
words.
the specific.
different-
I
yeah,
had no idea
specific.
that was a thing.
Yeah.
Not
It's like a really
clue.
big thing. Like trigger
Oh,
words.
okay.
Like things that they enjoy, like come.
Yeah.
Yeah, like just words that, or like as a particular type of insult or something.
Potato.
No,
No, not potato.
There's no, do you know what? It's probably
probably
a thing
someone's.
somewhere.
Oh,
Like,
I
if
just
you
made
can
somebody
think
come
of
online, didn't I? Because I said potato. Oh, I did it again.
no. Stop making these listeners come like this.
Potato.
Coming without due care and attention.
Poor chap. I'm sorry, whoever that is.
Pull you out of the ground and chop you up and bake you.
Don't, we talked about
Thank
turkey.
you.
We talked about turkeys in our last one.
Oh my god. That's absolutely ridiculous. So yeah.
So she had a 7-hour session with this guy, and obviously being able to be a bit more funny and stuff, it made it obviously run a little bit.
Yeah, so
I
do
know.
you know what? The first session wasn't so much like that. So we came back the next day for another 4-hour session, actually.
What?
Yeah, right.
You couldn't get enough of those toes.
You couldn't get enough of those toes. So he bought 2 packs of biscuits. And I basically had to crush them. Lotus Biscoff and Oreos.
What a waste.
Can't ever fucking eat those without looking at that now. I had to crush them all up with my shoes, get them on my shoes. He licked them off and then took my shoes off. Had to crush them all up with my feet and get them all on my feet. Then he'd lick that all off. And then whilst my feet were wet, I had to get more and more layers of biscuits on them.
What?
And he wanted me to, like, basically had to pretend they were mud and shit and crap. And
You had to build a buttery biscuit base.
I had to
Are you
build
making a
butter-
cheesecake?
Yeah,
You could have done.
literally cheesecake.
With those toes.
Oh man, for 7
For
hours.
7 hours, yeah.
Nah.
The foot fetish thing is so massive, though. Like it is.
It's
do you know what? It is
huge.
one of the gateway kinks into kink, isn't it? Really, if someone's into feet, that's then you
It
know.
is the marijuana of
Quite a few doms
kink.
have started out doing foot stuff as well,
Yeah.
and then they'll slowly.
Yeah,
And slowly creep over
Slowly
to
creep in.
expensive
Even
hand
me.
drops.
with my massive big toe, sometimes get some foot fetish people as well.
Yeah.
I once had a guy tell me I needed to elongate my toes and go for elongated to go and
You
get
did, yeah.
toe extensions.
surgery.
I was going to go to this foot fetish party. I was really excited.
Yeah, she fucking cancelled on me for this foot fetish party because she
Oh.
got bullied about her elongated
Oh,
toes, guys.
was that who you were going with?
Yeah.
It was me.
Oh.
It was her, and
was
I was
me.
like, "Look, I'm really sorry."
Oh, I'd have pushed
Like,
you out the door if I knew you were going
No,
with somebody like that.
I just
had a
didn't
right
want to go
laugh.
to this party, like, because foot fetish people also, they're not always submissive,
Mm.
a lot of them are
No,
right, okay.
they're not. They're not.
and they're quite
If
bossy.
they're a fetishist, they're not a submissive.
Yeah, and they can be quite bossy, and I don't sort of like the language sometimes they use. If they're respectful and they're nice, they can massage my feet
okay.
all day long. A lot of my subs will massage my feet and they suck on my toes and stuff, and I like all
Yeah.
of that and tickle them. I've got a guy that likes to tickle my toes. That's quite cute. But then, yeah, some of them, like you'll go to a foot party and there's like a wrong in there or something,
Yeah.
and they're just,
Mm.
and then it can be like derogatory towards you
there's
as
just,
well.
There's just no respect.
So not the sort of crowd you're used
Sometimes.
to then, really.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just it is like a thing that I'll do in session, and I quite enjoy having my feet massaged, and I quite like having them licked, but it's not one of my main things.
I
If-
used to absolutely hate it.
Oh,
Like,
really?
yeah, I couldn't stand my feet being touched. It's really grown on me.
And now
since
you're
I've
chopping
been,
in 7-hour
right,
shifts.
It's really grown on me since I've been
At the
in
Cheesecake
industry.
Factory.
At the cheesecake. At the cheesecake factory.
That's it. You're just gonna get wild requests now
That's
for
fine.
feet stuff.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Like, I don't hate it anymore. Like
You're gonna get a lot of foot stuff in your DMs, I reckon.
That's
Yeah.
fine.
I would like a
That's
biscuity base,
Mm.
and I
You
have
can
chocolate
a buttery
digestive.
biscuit.
See, if you wanted it to pretend it
he
was
brought,
mud.
He brought chocolate digestives and rich teas the next day.
Yeah, I was going to say, if he likes
That
like
session.
mud, poo, crap, chocolate digestive would have surely been a better base
Well, it
than a
depends. So
biscotti.
he,
I don't know,
he got me to
Oreo
ditch.
as well.
No, he got me to ditch the Oreos because they weren't crushing up into smaller pieces. So I had to use most of the fucking Biscoff ones. Yeah, it's quite devo. I sat there eating them at the same time as well, though. So
That's brilliant.
yeah.
I would have spat them right in his face.
Anyway, we were on a Reddit
Spit on
question.
that thing.
We were on the Reddit question that you completely forgot about.
What was,
What was the Reddit question?
Oh, about being too goofy as a dom. I
Yeah.
feel like that was a question that I probably could have asked
feel
when I
like
was
this-
younger.
That little segment's just explained it, to be honest.
We
Yeah.
do you know what? I don't think there's a right or a wrong way to be a dom. If strict and harsh and being a bitch is your MO, then you do that, and that's
Yeah.
what feels comfortable
As
for
long as
you.
it's all
That's fine.
consensual and safe, then
If you want to be an absolute goofball,
Hmm.
then go and do it. I am a mixture of both. A lot of people online just think I'm a bit of a goofball. They don't see the serious side
Yeah.
of me unless I'm filming. So when they see my films, they're like, fucking hell, actually, you're really quite brutal.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got two very different sides to me. I can be loving, nurturing, caring,
Yeah.
goofy as fuck.
Yeah.
But also I can be quite brutal, quite aggressive, quite
Sadistic.
strict, and and sadistic. I'm a dominatrix. I love being sadistic. So, but online, I think my personality and the way that I portray myself is more like a big old Labrador. I'm more like fun and bouncy. I think sometimes there's a place to be a goofball, and sometimes there's a place to be strict.
Oh, of course.
It all depends on the people that you session with.
Yeah.
yeah.
But I think it's always important to stick to something that's similar to you. Like, unless you want to play a role, for me, kink is about community, it's about my lifestyle, everything. So I like me being me.
Well, it makes the job more fun and easier because if you're putting on a role constantly, it does
Yeah.
get really tiring.
And if a sub farts on your dick,
oh,
then you can have a good laugh about
Well,
it. Whereas
yeah.
if you're getting pegged by a really fucking strict mistress, imagine if you farted on their dick, you'd be like
Oh my God, I'm
horrified,
so
wouldn't you?
sorry, yeah.
Whereas with a goofier dom, you're going to feel more comfortable. You're like, oh, this is fine. If a little bit of poop flies out on the floor and she slips in it, she's not going to kill me.
That's so gross.
It's happened to me before.
But
It's happened.
if you, right, how do I word this?
Go on.
Perspective-wise, that question wouldn't have been asked if it wasn't the norm for dominatrixes to be strict all the time.
Well, I think there's
Right?
Obviously online people can come across a lot different to what they actually are. Like it's
Yeah.
a persona. Like
And what you're seeing online is mainly content
yeah,
and videos, professional production videos.
not
You're
real
not
life.
seeing one-to-one sessions.
Yeah.
You're not seeing two people actually having a session. Like sometimes I'll do behind-the-scenes stuff, and my behind-the-scenes stuff's fucking hilarious
Yeah.
because they're all bloopers.
Mm.
And
yeah.
that's
Oh, yeah.
actually
I get
how
that.
how
Yeah,
a
no,
session
I
goes.
get that. Yeah, I think maybe you're misunderstanding me.
What's
I
the
mean,
question?
like, surely that's what is normal is for dominatrixes to be strict and miserable.
No.
No.
Because, well, then why was the question even asked?
I've met a lot of doms that are have a laugh and a joke. But at the same time, I've met quite a few that are quite serious.
Yeah.
I think it
It's
depends
just a big
on
old
your
mix, isn't it? And it doesn't really
style.
matter.
I
It's
think
the end result, right?
I think the older generation is modelled on the high protocol,
The stricter ones.
the stricter
Yeah.
ones. So the OGs are more
Yeah.
strict. Like, because if you think about it, back in the day, there wasn't as many dominatrixes offering sex and stuff. In
Yeah.
dominatrix porn, it was not as well known that people would have sex with their subs and stuff. It was like a forbidden almost.
Yeah.
And then as time has gone on, it's become more relaxed. It's on Pornhub, it's on YouPorn, and now people think the other way, like, oh, I can have sex with my dom, and you're like, no, that's porn. That's not a session. So I think just people's perceptions, because everything is online as well. Because back in the day, you didn't have online. You had the back of a magazine and a woman
right,
looking
yeah.
strict and harsh.
Yeah.
Like, imagine if she's like, "Hey, thumbs up and a dick in my hand."
Yeah,
like,
it's not
you'd
going
be
to
like,
sell, is it? If
no.
you're just fucking having a laugh and a joke in a fucking magazine.
Yeah, like, way. So I think as time's gone on and social media and everything, I think that portrayal of being a strict, sadistic mistress is still quite hot. But at the same time, it's nice to know that they're actually a fucking human being underneath
Yeah.
it all. But for some people, they would just like someone strict and stuff all the time. That is their thing.
Yeah.
And to them, I say, good luck. Because
Well, yeah, I mean, just find the mistress that
Yeah,
suits
that's
that.
fine. That's
that
your
suits
thing,
that,
isn't
yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Like,
you just
Yeah.
gotta
just
gotta
whatever you
find
want to do.
gotta find what's best for you. But then, yeah, like I had a guy who liked strict and stuff, and then he made a mistake and he was terrified and he was like, oh, and I was like, it's cool, chill. And he was like, oh my god, my last mistress would beat the fuck out of me and not consensually and stuff. And I was like, dude, we're humans, calm down.
Yeah. It happens.
So there you go.
That's your take.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's my
I
take.
agree. Really, I think it doesn't. Why it doesn't matter, does it?
No.
You behave how you wish to behave.
As
Yeah.
long as you're respectful.
Yeah, as long as you're
Yeah.
respectful and your sub loves it, it doesn't really matter,
Doesn't
right?
matter, no.
Yeah, you do you, boo.
Also, got a technical question.
Go on.
I was doing some reading earlier on about something. I can't remember what it was about. Anyway, and I
How
realised.
did you manage to read with that one eye of yours?
I really slowly, really slowly, and I realised I don't know the difference between a sub and a slave. I
What?
think I understand the difference now because I
basically
did some reading.
Same.
Okay, give us
And the
your
sub
take.
is a submissive, is somebody that partakes in the submissive stuff, but has an opinion and can voice an opinion and say, I'd rather not do that. Yes, I'd love to do this. Whereas a slave just does what the father told.
No, so
that
I
how it
think,
works?
I think it's important to remember that no matter what it is, it's all consensual.
Yeah. Of course, yeah.
Slave or not. But I think a lot of people don't like the term slave now. I saw this whole thing on Twitter quite a while ago.
I see less of it.
And they were saying that, oh no, don't use the word slave, use the word submissive.
Like I use slave, I use sub. It depends on the context. It depends what I'm posting. It's not meant to be there to offend anyone. It's just a title like Miss or Goddess.
Depends what they
Oh.
prefer to be called.
A lot of them, you know, you give them a choice. Would you rather be a sub or a slave? I call my guys my subs because it's
Yeah.
my sub stable. That's just what we are. But, you know, some people like, when someone approaches you like, mistress, can I be your slave? But for me, a sub is, so I treat clients like slaves. They're slaves until they become, for me, my submissive.
Until
And then-
you've like
yeah.
figured out their personality.
Yeah, and then they become my sub because I know them. They're a
Yeah.
person. They're a thing. They're not like an inanimate object. How do I say that?
Inanimate.
Inanimate. I am really struggling today.
You did it.
Inanimate.
No, no, no.
And I just think submissive is a more friendly, lovely term. But if someone wants me to be strict and harsher, I would probably use the terminology slave.
Right. So my understanding was that they are two different things. I
Neither
didn't
one of
realise
them can have a fucking
they're two
opinion.
different things.
But they're both submissive
yeah.
people.
It's like that. It's like that umbrella
That's-
thing again, isn't it? That we were talking about
Yeah.
earlier.
What umbrella?
Umbrella terms.
Where was
Yeah, the umbrella term. I can't remember what we were talking about.
Oh.
We went off on a tangent and came back
I?
around.
Always tangenting. We just call it the Tangent Podcast at this point.
That's not a bad idea, really. Right.
Okay. So, how do you find what? Okay, Coco, what are your favourite kind of sessions to do?
Oh, CBT.
Why?
I mean, isn't it kind of fucking obvious?
That's the cock and ball torture one, isn't
That
it?
is
Yeah.
the cock and ball torture one, isn't it?
Why?
Because it's so much fun.
Why is that your fun one? What is it that
I
makes
mean,
it fun?
it's all fun. But it's generally the whimpers that I get out of them. Like, I just find it fucking hilarious. Like, it's so funny. Like, you're just making this man moan, like whine like a little bitch. Like, because you're kicking him in the balls. And you're like, ha! like, this is fucking hilarious. It's fun.
You've got some big old arms on you as well. I can imagine you can do some damage.
Yeah.
I could.
Use their balls like a punch bag. Do you know what? I've sold a few clips of that. I was doing like martial arts and stuff like the balls.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I don't actually get that many ball busting and stuff
CBT.
because not a lot of people can take it. It is
Your
quite.
very first number one session wasn't it?
Yeah, my first session ever was.
First
I had to
session
kick
ever.
him like 100 times
Oh,
in the cock, and his
delicious.
cock was like turning like blue and black. It was crazy. I was like, oh, this is magical, and I love this. I love every
Isn't
single
it?
thing about it. And I showed Dan a picture, and he was like, "Brr."
Yeah.
Yeah, that was. Yeah.
All he could do was.
That was in this room.
Yeah, this is in this very room, and you were next door hiding because I
was.
obviously safety, and all you could hear was.
Screaming. I had to put my AirPods in.
Oh, how awful for you. This guy had like a little shoelace set up as well. He bought a little shoelace and tied it all up. And
Oh, really?
yeah, it was mad.
You MacGyvered his penis so you
I
could
know.
beat it.
I've really come on a bit though, like all the bits and pieces. You can get like so many torture devices, which you never think of. They look like almost kitchen equipment, like a,
Oh, really?
yeah, like you can get cock, like it's like a metal, it's like a metal circle and it's got spikes in it and it's like
So
a
a
cock
hoop or a ring?
cage, like a ring,
Yeah.
and it's full of spikes. And then when they get hard,
Yeah.
the spikes go into the penis. So you're teasing them and that, and they don't want to get hard on because it's going to fucking hurt.
Yeah.
But they've got no choice because men can't control their dicks.
They cannot.
We're in control of the dick. And so they're getting hard and the spikes are getting in and in and in. And I'm like, well, you've only got yourself to blame because you're getting hard. Why are you getting hard? And they're like, mistress, help me. One of my favourites.
It sounds like Chinese water torture.
Kind
Like
of.
you just can't ever turn it off.
Exactly. One of my favourites is the ball parachute. I absolutely love ball weights. So you attach a parachute to the men's balls.
A parachute?
Yeah, it's like a
Yeah.
parachute. It looks like a little parachute, and there's a hole, and then you put the balls through the hole, and then you clip it in. So
Connect weights to the bottom, so you're basically just weighing the balls down.
yeah, so you're weighing the balls down, and you can swing them and everything. And I've got one guy. We've talked about it before, and he's got a bucket. I always like to put a bucket
the
under
metal
mine.
bucket. that
Yeah,
fill up
and
with
you just
stuff.
add, and that's another form of CBT.
Yeah.
You've got this, like, I've got two of them. You've got this weird board. It's got a hole in it for the balls and the cock. And then you've got another board and you squish the balls in there and you clamp it. And so you squish,
It's
like
like the
a
thing you use to
Jackass.
press flowers.
Yeah, you know Jackass when they make their cocks completely flat and then they play tennis.
Yeah. Table tennis.
Table tennis. It's one of them. And you can use them with electrics and all sorts. And,
Humblers.
yeah,
What's that?
humblers.
What's that?
So it basically makes them go on their knees. And
Yeah.
their arms are in it.
Sometimes.
Their
their
balls
arms,
are in
yeah.
it.
What is it? Like a tie-up thing?
Yeah, kind of. So it can sit across the back of your thighs,
Mhm.
and then your balls are in it. And then,
Oh, I know what you mean.
yeah, if you move at certain
Yeah, I've
angles,
seen
your
it.
balls are getting fucking
So you
ripped off,
can't
mate.
stand up straight, basically, because if you
Yeah.
do, you're going to rip your ball
You're
sack
on the
off.
floor.
Yeah, I don't.
It's really
don't
funny. I
like
did
the
that on
idea of
Friday
one.
actually with my Friday boy.
No, did you?
Had him in a humbler. Yeah, he's never had one before, so
Mhm.
it's funny. He was screaming like an absolute bitch.
Is he going to do that again or not?
What he's going to do as he's told. So, my favourite thing is I've got this like cattle prod thing, like a taser.
Oh, I've got one of those.
I
and I swear
love
that
it.
was one of my first sessions that I done, actually, like in London.
Really?
And the sub ended up buying me one because they had it at the jungle because I just loved it so much, and it's one of my favourite things to use. In
Oh, I love
session
it.
style.
Is that the thing you were chasing people around at the
Yes.
social with?
Yes,
Yes,
the
it was
electric
that,
shocker
yes.
thing. And do you know what? It doesn't hurt, but it is
No,
it
not
is
at all.
shocking.
No,
it is
you
shocking.
can get it to hurt, and like on the right spots, and you fucking
Do you know
gooch
what?
on your
Don't
nipples.
even think
the bottom
about it.
of the bottom of the feet is a really sensitive one. Apparently,
I
yeah.
bet.
Yeah. So I was
really?
tying up my
If you do
sub
a
and
quick, short press of it as well, and then touch them with it, it hurts
When it gets
even more than
and
the
it-
bigger ones.
and it hurts when it's silent. When it goes
Yes,
silent,
yeah.
it hurts even more.
And if they're
See,
really
Kiki?
hairy, sometimes it'll bounce off all the hair fucking loads at once. And then, honestly, I've had like blokes' hair smoking from their
my
arse.
God.
Because
Yeah.
just
So
fucking
you
boning
tie
them
the
so
balls
much.
up and then you zap them, and yeah, they will start sweating.
Yeah.
No,
Or that is
I'm
quite
alright.
the torture.
You did that to somebody on their birthday quite recently?
What did this? Yeah, that was the same guy that came on Friday.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Right.
Do you know what? Okay, so he doesn't like fear play, but I really do. And the way that he reacts to the fear play makes me laugh so hard. And so I just spent an hour on Friday absolutely dying. It was so funny. And he was just getting so sweaty and so, but he was still managing to maintain an erection. So I was like, obviously not that scared. And he was like, no, I don't like it. I don't like it.
You know what I'm about to ask you, don't you?
Well,
What's fear play?
oh, freaking fricker.
Yeah. You went off then. I was like, huh?
Fear play. So it's sort of lying into someone's fear is what it says it is. So if you're scared of, I don't
Rabbits.
know, rabbits,
Yeah.
I'm going to bring a rabbit puppet in and pretend like it's
No,
going
please
to
don't.
attack you. Also, you're not scared of rabbits, Mum. Okay, like I'm going to put my finger in your bum. You're scared of that. And I'm going to be like, oh, I'm going to tie you up. I'm going to stick my finger in your bum. And you don't want
Yeah.
it and that. And you just sort of tease them. You don't have to actually do the thing that you're saying that you're doing. But because sometimes it's enough to put the fear.
You're make believing that you are going to do the
Yeah,
thing.
okay. It's a bit like a hostage interrogation.
Yeah.
Like some people's fantasies are that. So you put the fear in them. You're like, I'm going to torture you. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. So even just holding the zapper to the person that doesn't like it and the fear of, oh, that's going to hurt. Oh, like that. And you're just teasing them with them. So it's more of a mental thing than it is a physical thing. So it's that fear. They're like, oh, God. And sometimes the fear has an extreme reaction where they're like really horny by it. And I had a sub at the beginning of the week who wasn't really enjoying it. And then he was like, oh my God, it feels like I'm on a roller coaster. HTP. He was like, oh my God, I feel like I'm on a roller coaster, like the adrenaline, because he was all relaxed and then he'd be like, and we'd take him up heightened and then he'd all that adrenaline rushing through him and then he'd go back down again when I settled him, relaxed him and then bring him back up again with fear play. And he really enjoyed that feeling.
Sounds like a lot of work for a hand job. I've got to be honest.
Oh, for God's sakes.
Sounds like there's
The
a
end
lot.
goal isn't always a hand
involved.
job.
Just wank.
Can you stop it? Otherwise, all I'm going to get is just clients wanting hand jobs.
Cheaper and easier if you all stayed at home, lads.
Well, the podcast would be very boring then, wouldn't it?
I
Yeah,
still have a
it
blast.
Unbelievable. I don't know how many times I say unbelievable
So
in
it's
the
called what?
podcast.
Unbelievable,
Fear
Jeff.
play. So I'm assuming there's a lot of other kinks that by nature have fear play involved in them.
Like knife play, needle play.
Yeah, and the people that have like it's got to be involved in CNC quite a lot, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And people that have the rape fantasy one.
Look
Yeah,
at you,
well,
you're
CNC.
learning.
I was doing reading about rape fantasy earlier.
I bet you were. Why?
It just seemed like a really good way of getting out of actual rape in court.
What?
What do you mean why? Because of what you do for a living. That's why I was reading
Do you know
up.
what? I actually think it stems from a place of fucking trauma.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, 100%
Like-
it does. Yeah, of course it does. Yeah.
Do you know
It's
what?
got to, right?
So you
Well-
were talking in the car earlier, weren't you? Say what you said
Yeah.
in the
But
car.
aren't the
Well-
majority of kinks born out of trauma
Yes,
or born
so
out of
you-
something from when you're small?
You don't get into this job if you are a mentally sane person. Like you have trauma. if
That's
you're
why
in
I'm
this
sat
job.
on this side of the room and you two are over there.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's
Yeah,
true.
you get into this job because you have some form of sexual trauma.
We've had this discussion before about submissives,
Mm-hmm.
haven't we?
Yeah.
We said the same thing.
Well, they just turn their trauma into kinks.
yeah.
Like the small penis humiliation.
Yep.
That's a very
So essentially, you're making the best out of a bad thing, and that's brilliant. Well done,
Yeah.
you lot.
Same with DOMs though. We're
Turned that
turning.
around quick, didn't I?
You did, but like so for DOMs, it's very empowering, especially if like something bad happened to you as a small person, like a family member or a man sexually abused you.
Yeah.
It feels very powerful as a grown-ass woman to then be turning the tables down, turning the tables around on men. So it's really
there's got to be a
empowering
much
and
higher
it feels
chance that you're going to go down this road.
yeah, 100%.
Must be a much higher
Yeah,
chance.
it's like some women go the other way and they become very submissive and very like.
I used to
"Oh."
be. I was
Well, you were young. Do you know what I mean? You started
I was-
this
I was
really
learning.
early, 18. And everyone's still learning. We're always learning.
Oh yeah, I forget you're only like 20, what, 5, 6?
25,
25 now,
26 next month.
I know it's birthday next month. Bring out the strippers.
Ooh.
We have to get Wednesday to order a stripper.
No, I want you to strip for me.
I don't know if I could.
Yeah, and I'm busy that day.
My knees are weak.
Good.
Excellent.
Oh,
It's going to be
fuck
you.
Beep.
Unbelievable. It's going to be you and your imaginary friend on
Candy
your
can
birthday.
strip for me and we can go to go eat that.
Excellent. I love these plans that we're
Oh
making.
yeah, that's right. We were talking about that earlier. We're going to drink wine and go on the high ropes.
Wine?
Yeah,
No.
I think it'd be more fun to drink litres of wine
I'm
and
not
go
a
on the high
wine
ropes.
gal.
I mean, I beg to differ.
I mean, I can wine.
I'm not scared of a lot, but
And
heights
you're
I
going to
don't
hold
like.
the bags, aren't you?
I'll hold the bags if I must.
Yeah, that sounds like a good day out.
For you.
It does sound like an excellent day out.
And for Coco,
No, I suppose it's a birthday.
it is her birthday.
Talking of rape.
Oh.
Hello, talking of rape. And
Hello.
awful things. My inbox, I got this today. So on TikTok.
Wait a minute.
No, we're not opening up inbox yet. I just wanted to. Why?
I thought you were going to open the inbox.
Look, you're not in control. Stop it.
What a bit.
Yeah, well, there's 2 of us and 1 of you. And 2 of us here go to the gym. And it ain't you.
Yeah. Sorry, my guy.
So
You're outnumbered.
Okay.
yeah, that's
Exactly.
right. Shut your eye and your mouth.
Shut your eye.
Honestly, I wish you could see his eyeball right now. It looks terrible.
Yeah, he looks awful.
I'm going to relish.
Like significantly
taking
more
the-
awful than usual.
Yeah, I'm going to take the
Before
absolute piss.
you do your open the inbox, by the
Okay.
way,
Yeah,
it's time for...
It's time.
just couldn't help yourself, could
No,
you?
I couldn't. Now you're
No.
going to do.
Ridiculous. I'm not going to open it now. I'm going to refuse. So I did a TikTok this week. I don't really use TikTok a lot. I got really viral really quickly on my first account, and then they banned me because I kicked a cock across a garden, and they didn't like that.
Not a real cock.
Not a real cock, ladies and gentlemen.
Not
It
a
was
rooster.
No, it was just a BBC, a big black one.
Big rubber one.
A big black rubber one, and they didn't like that. So I've not been, and every time I post on TikTok I find it extremely exhausting and stuff, and it's just full of lots of crazy stuff.
It's like that of any platform now. to
It
be
is,
honest.
it's just oversaturated
Hard work.
with, and a lot of these people that are making this femdom content and stuff don't even do sessions. They don't even know what they're doing. They're just doing things that they think people will like. So all of these really big femdom creators, half the time they don't do sessions. They don't do in-person meets. They
Yeah.
are playing a fucking character.
Are they,
So
are they portraying themselves as somebody that has...
Yeah,
Sessions?
they're portraying themselves as someone who does online things
really?
and stuff, and it's purely online, and they don't understand the ramifications of people's mental health and stuff because they don't do sessions. So, and then, you know, it just, like I said, oversaturates the market and fills it with a load of uneducated people, and then gives us a bad name when something does go wrong. So anyway, I did a TikTok, and I made 2 TikToks. I did
Yeah.
one where I was a goalie in a latex catsuit, and I was batting away cocks, saying this is my Monday morning inbox, which was very funny.
Can you tell people where they can find this?
Yes. I'm not down with the kids. Let me look at my username. God's sakes.
Let me look at my username.
I know.
What are you doing?
I'm an old lady, please. Okay, my username on TikTok is at MPC Candy with an I.
MPC and then Candy.
Candy. Yeah, MPC Candy.
With an I.
Yeah, with an I.
Okay.
So there you go. That's
And you're doing what as a
I've
goalie?
got 1,000 fans. Woo!
Nice
Flip
work.
me. No, I've had loads before, and then they banned me. They said I was too juicy.
Yeah.
So I'm pretending to be a goalie. I'm wearing a latex catsuit, and I'm just batting cocks out the way that are being thrown at my head. And I was like, it's blatantly going to get banned off TikTok, and it hasn't, which is crazy. And it's got quite a few views.
There's
Which
still time.
I know there's still time. Some arseholes probably going to listen to this and be like, and then I made a family-friendly one with bananas.
Yeah.
And so the subs in the garden throwing these bananas at me in the goal, and one just smacks me right on the head, and I was like, I love my job.
Oh, is that on there now? Can people see that now?
The banana one, yeah. I uploaded the
Oh,
banana one.
Great
Yeah.
times.
There we go, everyone. So enjoy my wholesome quality TikTok creations.
Right. So
Anyway,
now open your inbox.
When I was on, I know, so long-winded. So when I was on TikTok, people can message you on TikTok. I had no idea, and I had this box full of shitty nonsense, and one of them is not okay.
Okay.
Not okay, sir. I want to be blackmailed. I want to be blackmailed and punished by a female dom. I'm a paedophile faggot. What?
What?
So obviously didn't reply and was like, nah. And then proceeded a week later to text me again at 8:54 in the morning.
Oh.
Do these people not sleep?
What
Like
day of the week?
8:54.
What day of the week was
No,
it?
people
May
are
the
awake at that
3rd.
time.
Let's have a look at May the 3rd. What was this guy
Day of the
doing
week.
on
Do you reckon
May
May the 3rd
the
was.
3rd?
You seem like you might be autistic. Have a guess.
Oh, let's go with a. No, because May the 4th. What day was May the 4th?
No,
That was
just guess what day it is.
Oh, I'm going to go with Friday.
Nope, it was a Monday.
Oh!
Monday morning madness.
Oh, I was worried it was going to be a Monday.
Yeah, you always know they're a bit unhinged if it's a Monday. It's when their wives. Do you know what? It's when their wives have gone to work or something, and they've got
Yeah,
like a
they're
half
finally
day,
free.
or they're like, yeah, I'm free to
He's just
be a
left his
fucking
missus
weirdo.
hanging out for the weekend, and now he's on his way to work.
Yeah.
Finally got out of the house.
And
The
his first
thing he
message
does
was,
is-
I'm a submissive paedophile and have recently been released from blackmail chastity.
What?
Yeah. I mean, in what sort of world I think sometimes they just do it because they want like
Also,
They want the reaction.
also, I've got a question here that I might have to take out the podcast.
Oh God, what's
How
that?
on earth do you get a submissive paedophile?
You don't. That's not a thing.
No.
It's not.
Who's-
I feel like a
Who-
lot of them do it
who-
for the shock factor because they want you to be like, oh my God. But really, we're just going to block you and not reply.
What paedophile's waiting for kids to come and take the lead?
I mean, TikTok's
No idea. Apparently, these guys.
How's that make
grooming
sense?
my guy.
Yeah,
So
it's just
weird.
it's
Yeah.
very odd, and I wish I hadn't seen these things. And yeah, like you say, I think they just try and do as much as they can, really shockingly, so that they can get like a response out of you.
Yeah.
And we're not going to rise to it because we get hundreds of dickheads in our inbox.
Yeah.
So we're just going to be like block,
Okay.
delete. Okay, my guy.
Goodbye.
Yeah, somebody's a bit too efficient with blocking and deleting because I did speak to the Countess Coco earlier on and ask her to get ready with her open the inbox. Oh, I didn't use the thing.
Do it again. Ridiculous.
I spent so much time doing that, I'm using it.
All right.
But she's already deleted that lot. She's got no funny ha-has
She's got
in
no
her
juicy
inbox.
juices.
Yeah, that's shit. I'm sorry, guys.
Have you got any you can remember?
You know what? No, I don't really pay too much attention to them.
What is with all
I don't
of your
even
boring
open them.
inboxes?
Just don't open them because
MP's
they're just
inbox
going to be
is
wasting
brilliant.
my time.
Yeah, I get that. I do get that.
Like, you just want a free conversation out of me, mate. So.
Well, if anybody out there
No.
wants to send the Countess Coco
Yeah, there
some
we go.
awful shit in her inbox, courtesy of me,
Send me some weird shit.
you can find her on Twitter at the Countess Coco, but the last O in Coco is a 0 because she's weird. Makes sense?
Somebody took my name.
Did they?
Yeah.
Bastard.
Otherwise, it would have been normal.
Have you tracked them down?
No.
So, what do you do when you're not hitting people and that? What else are you into? You do other stuff, right?
I go to the gym.
Yeah.
I do strongwoman.
And anything else? Any other interests?
I have plants. Yeah, I'm a horticulturist.
Anything else you want to tell us about?
I'm a massive horticulturist. Whoa, it sounds like you know something that I don't.
Anything else you want to talk about?
Fuck you.
Oh God.
What's this?
It's a bit of a country music for you.
Oh yeah, I'm a little country bumpkin. I love
You are,
country
aren't you?
music. Have done for years.
You love a bit of country.
I love it. I go line dancing every couple of weeks as well.
Yeah. Have you noticed how much more? Do you actually go every couple of weeks?
Actually, you go. every
I thought
couple of
you were
weeks.
joking last time
No,
you said
no,
that.
I honestly love it.
Wowzers.
Like it's, yeah. I have life is so much more fun now. I go line dancing.
Could you do a line dancing session?
Sorry, what was that?
I can teach you a few dances.
Life is so much more fun when I'm line dancing.
Yep, that's what she said out
That's
loud.
going on a
That's
t-shirt.
Generally, what I said. Yeah.
And ladies and gentlemen, she's 25 years old.
Honestly, do you know what? I don't care. I
She's 25,
absolutely
loves
love
country
it.
music and houseplants.
Yeah, there we go. Fucking wife material.
You sound
God.
like you should be 70 plus and
That's
be
fine.
named Brenda.
That's fine. I've got my outdoor plants too.
What?
Yeah,
You're mental.
I know.
Indoor and outdoor.
They're not as well cared for as my indoor. I'm being honest, but yeah, I like plants.
Yeah.
Greenery just really does something.
I
for
like
me.
plants.
Makes me happy.
Yeah, I was well impressed when we took her into the lounge with all these plants that you keep buying with all this money. That I'm earning a hard crust, working my fingers down to the bones in these bum holes, and you're wasting all this money on plants. She could name every single plant in that room. I was incredibly impressed.
Yeah.
She
so
did,
I think I might have to get my
Got
submissives to
all their
put.
names wrong
Bit
though.
of a
We should play a
boffin.
game. We should get all of my
Ooh.
submissives to put a plant in their arse.
I
and be a
don't
plant
know.
pot.
What about
And-
put their
No.
heads in a plant pot?
Yeah, we talked about that earlier,
Yes,
didn't
and
we,
then
for a
can
clip?
water them. Waterboarding.
Yeah, waterboarding plant pots. We've got some really good creative
Yeah.
ideas
Oh,
for
really?
our next
Well,
porno.
we have plenty of plants that we can take from here to fucking use in with the mix.
Absolutely
you know?
not.
Absolutely.
Oh,
I don't want any of
my
the plants from here
God.
putting anybody's
It's
bum
fine.
hole.
Do you wanna
They're
hear
not
something
going
funny?
in anyone's bum hole. I just mean for the set, you know?
For the set.
Just for the
For the,
background.
for the dressing.
I think it would be really hard to put a plant in an asshole, especially
Yeah,
the roots.
the roots.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I
With
wouldn't
enough
recommend
force.
that.
Okay, this I have to get off my chest quickly. Sorry,
Go
I
on.
know I'm talking a lot. So my
like
sub
you.
didn't go to badminton. He was meant to go to badminton. No, he did go to badminton, and he's meant to take a picture of
As
himself.
in the place or like
No,
the sport?
the sport.
Right.
So he's meant to take a picture every time he's done a bit of exercise because that's how I keep him on track.
Is he a
so-
chubby little shit?
No, he's not a chubby little shit,
No.
but he likes to stay accountable. So I say every time you need to tell me what you've done, what you're doing. I need a picture of proof that you've been to said place. And that's an
Right.
agreement we've got between us. I do it with a
Makes
couple of my subs.
complete sense.
Well, I'm not just a dom. I'm a lifestyle coach.
You don't even believe
So,
that yourself, do
I
you?
know. Absolutely ridiculous. I could barely control my own life. So yeah, he didn't send me one. And every time he doesn't do a picture, he has to get a task. And so the last task he had...
Oh, like a punishment task.
Yeah, kind of like something humiliating for me to laugh at. So you know who this is. So the last one I
do.
did, yes, you do. So the last one I did, he had to put his penis in a hot dog roll and then put like mayonnaise and ketchup and stuff on it and fuck it.
Oh my!
I know, it was hilarious. But he came with a bap instead of a hot dog roll, and I was like, no, this is not good enough. So I made him go to the shop.
As in like a round-shaped roll?
Yeah, he got a bap. And I was like, that is not good enough. I need to see that dick in a hot dog roll. That is what I've asked for. Give me what I want. And he was like, but what about the wasted bread? I was like, well, freeze the other bits.
Calm down, Bono.
You can just have one. Yeah, it was very funny. He was like, what about a sandwich? Trying to negotiate what kind of bread it was. And I was like, it's a hot dog. There's no negotiation here.
Oh, dear.
So we had to do it all again the next day. So he did a bap and a roll. I know. Good thing he wasn't gluten intolerant, right?
Yeah, too right.
So anyway,
He didn't go to badminton.
he didn't go to badminton. And I was in the car, I was driving to the filming, and I was like, do you know what? Do you know what I really want to see? You know, like in Jackass, when the penis is going through like it's Cockzilla. And
Oh,
it's
yeah, when he's
destroying all of the...
Who was that? Pontius?
Pontius. Always Chris Pontius, isn't it? Always. So...
He's Godzilla scene or something,
yeah, the
wasn't it?
Godzilla scene where his dick is like Godzilla and then it's going through all these different scenes, destroying buildings. And I was like, I want you to recreate this for me. And he's like, you fucking what? And I was like, I know you've got some time on your hands today. I want you to draw a face and make it look like a Cockzilla. And I want you to do lots of different
Draw a face
actions
on
and
his
stuff.
knob.
Oh yeah, oh no, on his balls. I want his
right,
balls to
right.
crush stuff, so he has to bash his balls at the same time as crushing stuff.
Did the penis not get cast in this?
No, the
play?
penis. No, the penis was a main feature. He'd wrapped it in green tape to make it look like some sort of dinosaur. It's absolutely hilarious, and it had a little lead. Yeah, don't. I've shown it to Coco. It's hilarious. And he's even put theme tune music to it. So we've got different scenes though. We've got Godzilla music, and we've got Jurassic Park, and the first one. Let me get it up, please. This is the funniest thing I've ever seen. There's 6 clips, and the first one he's got plants. Here we go. We've got plants in the background and a.
The best part of this is I can see exactly who it is because their name's at the top of the screen.
I know. And then he's got like little Lego.
You dirty bugger.
And then he's got like little Lego figurines, and he's made these little houses.
What are you doing there?
I don't know. I'm fingering the mic. He's got these little not metal.
Identify as Mike.
Not even Mike identifies as Mike. He's got toilet roll, you know, like empty toilet roll tubes, and he's made them into like little buildings, and he's got the greenery in the background. He's got a little Lego man, and then he's got his cock and his balls, and he's bashing around these buildings
like
with
a
his
whole
balls.
set.
A whole Hollywood set, and he's got
I
the
don't know
music.
if Hollywood
Listen.
set's the right word. That's crazy.
And his penis is flopping about to this. And then he's got one of the Godzilla Ball Rex, as he's called it, and it's swimming. It's swimming through to its next destination. And he's dipping his balls in a cold pool. And then at the end, he completely bashes these things.
Knocks
and
the
it's,
city over.
I know. And it's all accompanied with music and everything. And he was like, where do you get these ideas from? And I was like, I don't know. It's just me. Just me. I literally
just an
just
average
came to me and I
Tuesday.
was like, that's what I want to see. I want to see that today.
Do you make your submissives do this?
Oh my god, I
Coco?
wouldn't say Jurassic Park kind of things. But,
No.
I like making them fucking.
What would you
work
like?
with
I reckon I
chili
know. I
powder
reckon I know
and-
what you prefer.
Oh, God.
Do you reckon it'd be some sort of western?
Make them do a little hoedown, do a little dance, learn a line dance for me.
Oh, God. That's how she
Do you know
gets
what?
her
I'm
juices
actually,
flowing.
I'm gonna make my sub fucking do that for the next task. I think.
This ain't Texas. Woo!
Yeah,
But
you
with
get a
like
few
a-
of them together. How many do you need? How many do you need for a line in a line dance?
Well, it's not really. You could just do it on your own.
Yeah, that's boring.
It's not really a line, though, is it?
Well, but you're doing. Oh,
Can't call
I
it
don't know
full
if I've got
stop
the
dancing.
patience for line dancing.
well, I can do line dancing on my own, so
Do you do it? Do you practice it?
That
Yes,
is
I
a
do,
really,
yeah.
really sad thought.
I know the fucking line dance to Ed Sheeran Shivers. I can fucking do it right now, mate.
No. Oh, God, this is when I wish this
I
was
love
filmed.
it.
We're gonna have to do
I
it.
love it.
Yeah.
Because we are going to film this
I
soon,
know
aren't
a
we?
few line dancers.
We are, yeah. People keep asking, and I keep threatening that we're going to video
do
this podcast.
God, I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, especially after you were talking. I did mention it earlier, but you were too busy talking. Surprise, surprise. I did mention it earlier that we're going to start videoing it when you were talking about how you didn't like being on camera.
No.
I was like, it's going to be a problem.
It's fine. I love being on camera. Look at me.
Yeah, you're like the opposite, aren't you? You love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right on there, and I'm a bit
Yeah.
more like.
You're
I don't really
dribbling.
know.
You're dribbling. We're talking about getting on camera and you're dribbling.
But she does that. So she does that for her work. So anyway, let's get back to Coco because I don't feel like we've spoken
Let's get back
enough
to
to
me.
her. Yeah, let's get back to her.
Okay.
So cam work, because I don't really know that much about it myself, and I'm pretty sure most of the listeners don't know much about it.
I don't know a damn thing about it.
No, you just know about me putting my fingers in people's bum holes.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So
Yeah, it's kind of enough
what are
for me.
you doing on cam? Give us an average week for you. Like, what does your working week look
So
like?
I'll generally cam from Tuesday to Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
So generally Fridays and Saturday nights, like late nights, are the prime time to work.
Yeah.
Really?
Everyone's been out on the piss. They'll come home.
Is it generally single men?
No.
Well, the wives are in bed.
Yes.
Scandalous.
Wives are in bed in a separate room. They have all these little fantasies they've made up. And
What's your most popular request?
I'd probably say cucking with their wife or pegging. Do you know what? Camming's generally like sessions, but you've just got to talk.
Yeah.
It's like a session, but you're just on camera.
So I'd be all right at that then, because I fucking
you'd
talk
be fine.
my
You can
arse
talk
off.
for fucking England, mate. So yeah.
Because you're not actually doing it though, are you?
The only
So
problem
you
is that they'd have
can,
to
so-
book so
so-
much time.
Sometimes I'll get props and fucking get my straps and stuff like that. Like they like stuff like that. Or a lot of the time, I can literally just sit and talk to the camera.
Jesus Christ, I'm missing out here, aren't I? I could be making a bloody fortune.
Yeah, but they'd have to book so much time with you.
I know, it would never
Because they'd
end.
never get there. They'd never get there.
Oh.
Just constant diversions.
They'd be like, yes, mistress, I love the fact that you've got 6 cats, but could you please stay back on track?
I know, yeah, we'd just never get to the finish point, would we?
No.
I'd be like, this is really edging you.
Yeah.
Edging you for hours,
It's been edging me
forever.
for several weeks.
So your working hours are?
So generally from midday to about 4, 5 o'clock, and then I'll go to the gym in the evenings. That's weekdays.
Yeah.
Fridays I'll probably work from like 6 till 3 a.m. Saturdays the same.
Is it mainly UK?
Mainly there's a few Americans, but not a
America.
lot. America,
Mm.
but not a lot. Yeah, there's some abroad people, but
Hmm.
And what would you normally use as a
general.
campsite? What are your favourites?
I generally use adult work.
Is that any good?
That's what I started off on. It's all right. They pay out 70%, which isn't
Too bad.
amazing.
It's
but
not amazing, but it's not the worst,
It's
is it?
not the worst.
So
no.
they're keeping 30% adult work.
They're doing more than that. So they'll take 30%. They put a fee on top of my cam fee. So my cam fee actually comes up more than what I charge because they're
right,
charging
yeah.
a fee, and then they'll take a connecting fee. So however long your call is, they'll take a certain bit of money from that.
Oh,
as
that's
well.
nice of them.
Yeah. So they're making a fair
And then a
bit.
processing fee for processing the payment.
See, the thing with adult workers, it's a great, I say great site. It needs more updating. It's a very
It's archaic, that site. No?
yeah, and they
It
did do
is
an update.
chaotic.
They did an update recently, but it's still. I still think there is room in the market for something better, or they could upgrade or something.
Agreed.
I think they should be treating their sex workers a lot better. There's a lot more they should be doing for it, and
Yeah.
they're just rinsing us. They're not rinsing the clients. They're rinsing us as the sex workers. And without us, that platform wouldn't exist. Like OnlyFans, without us, that platform wouldn't have existed. It wouldn't have done as well as it did.
Mm.
Like a lot of these
So
platforms.
essentially you need like another OnlyFans that's not OnlyFans.
Maybe, or like just something, you know, not, but you need somewhere that you can advertise sessions and stuff, because there's only a limited amount of places that you can advertise your services because
Yeah.
people don't like it.
Again, I feel like adult work's very oversaturated. And It's hard to
Incredibly.
fucking find anything on there, if I'm honest.
Yeah, I get
Yeah, I find it
confused
so
a bit.
confusing. It's
I get
so
really
old
confused.
and weird.
Yeah,
I haven't been on
rarely-
there since the update though, to be fair.
You haven't been on there at all, shut your mouth.
Huh?
Whoa, why have you been on there?
When I did all your profile stuff.
Hey, you helped me with my profile stuff.
Oh, yeah, dress it up how you like. But yeah, that then. They haven't, so since the update, I've not seen it, but it was so bad then.
I just can't get to grips with the camming as well, like the camming setup and stuff where you're sat in a room for ages and people can join you for a chat. And I don't know, maybe if I did some practice on it, I'd be better. You know, I know some other DOMs that are really good at the old cam work and stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm just, yeah, I tend to do private cams, which I much more enjoy, like scheduled
Booked in
ones.
ones.
Yeah, and I do quite a few of them on my
Plus, you
Skype.
haven't got to chip off a percentage for that.
Yeah, so when people go to places like Skype and things like that, we're getting all the money, and
Yeah.
that's bonus, isn't it?
So I will do a lot of Skypes, and obviously if I can.
Yeah.
You
If I
wouldn't
can
mind
get them,
dropping
then
off
I'll
the
do
20 or 30% to somebody if they were doing something.
Yeah.
Because what are they doing otherwise? Just
Literally
you're
nothing,
just
it's just-
connecting you to somebody that wants the service. I get that
Exactly.
much, but
And it's
that's
not-
it.
They don't really advertise you well or anything. Like you're just at the bottom of the list all the time, and
You've got to pay to be at the top of the list.
yeah, you've got to pay. And then
Oh,
if
I
you
bet, yeah.
change location,
That sucks.
there's a thing that they bought in as well. If you change location, so a lot of sex workers travel a lot. A lot of cam girls travel a lot, and if you want to change your location on there, they
Oh, yeah, of
charge
course
you.
they do, yeah.
They charge you money to change your location, and people are like, "You're taking the piss out of us now." Well, you know, this wouldn't exist without us, and you're just rinsing us for every little thing you've got.
Yeah, well, I guess they kind of, they've got a market and
Well, people have preyed on sex workers for
rapidly
as
running out of places to go.
long as history. Yeah, and it just keeps happening and happening. So until people start creating other things and bits, then yeah, we sort of just have to put up with it. But I don't think we should have to put up with it, and it makes me cross. So I will be looking into other avenues.
Really?
Might do, yeah.
Really?
Might do, actually. So, have you ever, all right, Coco, give us a couple of good cams that you've done, like your funniest ones, your worst ones. Has anyone ever caught their husbands? Because I've had a few where they've been caught wanking under a Christmas tree.
Yeah,
Honestly.
Do you know what? I don't think
remember
I've
that.
ever had anyone being caught.
Really?
Because you're
No.
professional, innit, Coco? Because you're professional.
No, they've quickly logged off because their wife's coming and they've heard them moving around.
Oh,
They're like,
God.
fuck, bye. No, I've never had anyone been caught.
Have you not?
No.
How is it I don't do as many cams as you and I get all of this nonsense? What's your funniest cam? What have you made someone do?
Oh, I don't know if it's funny. It's rather, if it's your kink, cool. But I've made a guy shit on a plate and eat it before.
Oh,
Oh, look at Daniel's
I
little
didn't
face.
know that was coming, man. I did
Yeah.
not know that was coming.
Yeah.
That got me
But
right,
he did.
right in the back of the throat. That
Fully
did.
spoon fed it to himself.
Oh, do you know what? I think we've had the
I
same
bet he
guy.
put that spoon back in the drawer as well, didn't he?
Oh
Oh
no.
my god, that's just reminding me of something.
Oh, no,
Oh no, what did
can't.
it remind you of? What have you done?
What about all the teaspoons in my house?
Oh god, what have you done with them all? Oh no. What have you done with these spoons?
They were all used at some point to spoon my partner's ashes into some necklaces. So any teaspoons you use in my house probably had my dead boyfriend on them.
Oh god. Right, well, I'm not having any more cups of teas at your house. Good god.
Brilliant.
Absolutely not, thanks.
Yeah, I don't mind that one so much.
I love you, but I don't want to share that much with you. But cheers, thanks anyway. Well, I can say all of our teaspoons here are definitely sanitary. I have not stuck them in any places they should not be.
Oh, if I find using it in the cat food tin, it goes in the bin.
Oh,
I'm like, nope, that's not going in my tea.
that's fair.
I have a guy actually talking of cat food. I have a guy that eats cat food on cam for me.
That
He's
is
hilarious.
so bad.
He dresses up as a sissy. He pours beans over his
Oh.
head, and he eats cat food whilst he's wanking,
Right.
and it's fucking hilarious.
Men will literally do anything to come.
anything,
Yeah.
absolutely anything.
Yeah,
I had a guy quite recently in the bath, and he did a load of splashing. You know what splashing is, Dan?
yeah.
What is it?
When you splashy in the bathtub.
No, it is messy food play. And do you know what? I think they're one of my favourite sessions to do online because they're so funny and
Yeah.
entertaining. You're not just sat there watching them wank their dicks off.
I do hear
They're
you
actually
cackling when you're doing one of those.
Absolutely fucking howling. I absolutely love it when someone's getting all messy.
Yeah,
And then
like that.
they're just covered and it's like tarpauling everywhere. It looks like a scene out of Dexter. And they're just there wanking into ice cream, jelly and all sorts. And you're like, it's not the kind of kids' party I thought I was attending.
Definitely a first world kink though, isn't it?
Yeah, like yeah. If you pour as the price of beans, can you imagine? As
Crying
presents.
whilst you wank over your 18p trifle.
That was my dinner. Now eat it. I suppose. No, it depends. They could eat it afterwards,
Well,
couldn't
yeah,
they?
make them come in it first and eat it though.
Yeah,
There
I've done
is
that many
something wrong
times.
with a pair of you.
Come and jelly.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
That's what's happening at your birthday party next year. Come and jelly.
Come and
I was
jelly,
inviting
drink
you.
that.
No,
Brilliant.
I can't handle any of that sort of stuff.
Yeah, you're not very good with the old bodily fluids, are you? You're
Not really.
You're a very hygienic person. Do you know what body fluids don't really? I'm not really. Yeah,
Yeah, you're not really bothered about bodily fluids, are
No,
you?
I do a lot of spitting at people. Like I really enjoy that. I find that like
I enjoy that, but
degrading.
if I was to have that done to myself, no.
Yeah, I'd have a
I'm like,
meltdown.
no, spit. I used to love it, but that's when I was more submissive, and I'm like,
Yeah.
don't fucking spit on me.
Well, no one ever really
Bit
spits on
disgusting.
me.
I don't know what's been in your mouth. You got fag breath. Piss off.
Mm.
Yeah, no one really spits on me, and I don't think anyone would ever try and dare spit on me, so it's not been a problem. But yeah, I'm always
Such a random sentence. Yeah, nobody really ever spits on me.
yeah, it's just not really something I do. But I spit on a lot of people, and do you know what? It really shocks them, and I love seeing it. Like because generally we agree the terms, and I always say, do you like face slapping? Do you like spitting and stuff? But when you actually go to do it in a session, it's so like degrading. They don't expect
They
it.
love it.
So I always do like a spit and a face slap, and I just absolutely love spitting and face slapping. It's just so degrading for them, and it takes them straight away like by surprise, and they're like and they're like, oh, she means fucking business now, because I go in there with all nice and like, hi, yeah, how you doing, and we're settling in and we're getting into the scene and stuff, and then straight off the bat they're like, oh, because they just
I
think,
can
oh,
imagine
she's
that being quite horrifying.
oh, really sexy, depending on what you like.
Sure, yeah.
Not everyone gets off on a cup of tea and a backstroke, all right? Betty in the corner there. Little Clive the Cyclops. Calm down.
Oh dear.
If you're a good boy, I'll rub your eye later.
I don't want you touching me.
And it's not pink eye, by the way, just before anyone asks. It might be. Maybe I farted on your
Just
pillow.
one eye. No,
Just
Farted on your
one
pillow.
eye.
the
Yeah,
man
just
told me.
did
Told
he?
me what it was, yeah.
My
Told you
man.
you've got blepharitis.
Yeah.
No, poor you.
He said it's a shame because you're very handsome other than that.
No, he did
I
not.
mean,
You did in my head.
you definitely.
I feel like you
that.
have a lot of conversations like this in your own head.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
suppose
do.
you have to really.
Because
though.
the discussions I have with you are normally foul.
Well, it depends perspective, isn't it? Some people might really enjoy them.
From my perspective, the conversations I have with you are foul.
You're just a boring old bag puss, though.
No. We've got, it's we have a lot going on, don't we? So we're like ships in the night sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah. Not all the time, though.
No, not all the
Now
time.
let me piss on your dick.
Oh, that piqued his interest.
Hey, that caught you off guard.
I was like,
Oh.
I was just thinking, I'm about to
You'd
get in the
do
shower.
that.
I am disgusting.
I think you would. I think you'd go for that, wouldn't you?
No, absolutely,
If
I
I
would not.
said I want to piss on your dick,
Yeah.
you
Is that
wouldn't go
something
for
you
that.
can do? Can you aim that well?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've
Or
also
just-
got a funnel.
Piss whilst you're fucking them.
Yeah,
No,
Or
yeah,
just
that's
sit
true,
on
you
them
could
and
do that.
pit, like, yeah.
yeah. Do a lot of toilet play actually. I've got a toilet
Mm.
box that says public toilet on it, and I get them to hold the sign. I did that on Monday when I filmed. I had a slave, and he had to hold this public toilet sign.
What?
He had to hold a funnel. He had to hold a funnel in his mouth, and I had to piss. But sometimes
hell.
your piss does go everywhere, and I was standing above.
Sometimes you just can't
Does it not
aim
come out
it.
like a split fire hose?
Sometimes, right,
Sometimes.
sometimes when I piss, like, I don't know how, like you aim it straight down, but sometimes it'll go up my fucking leg. And
Yeah,
when
it'll
I'm on
go
the
to the
toilet,
side.
and I'm like, mate, what are you doing?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
go up the
definitely
side.
do
Men
that.
don't realise how lucky they are that they can aim like
No,
this.
I don't want anybody pissing anywhere near me now. Thank you.
Oh, come on, just a little
Why?
bit.
No.
What's a little
I
piss
haven't drunk
between
any
partners?
water today, so it'll probably be really nice and yellow and cloudy.
You know when you have one of those
This is why you
dehydrated
have
days.
one imaginary friend.
Ridiculous. And on that note, I really need a piss. Can we
Do ya?
go? Very much so, unless there's anything else you want to talk about.
What are your thoughts?
Oh, okay, I'm going for a wee. You can carry this shit on. I'm going for a wee.
That's it from us, ladies and perverts. Thank you so much for joining us again. Again, if you want to follow the Countess Coco, it is the Countess Coco. The last O is a 0 over on Twitter. What's our call to action?
What do you mean?
What do you want people to do? You want to click on what?
To let me go to the fucking toilet. This isn't my kink, sir. Can I go to the toilet, please, Daddy? What do I want people to do? I want people
Mummy,
to come with
please.
questions. Mummy, please, can I have that?
Oh, that's right. You wanted a load of questions
Yeah.
sent your way
Give
so
us
that you
some
could
questions.
do a podcast on it.
People who want to come and do an interview, get in touch. We've already had a few requests.
Yeah.
Get following, get liking, get subscribing, all of the good
Can I
stuff.
just clarify what kind of questions is it you want?
okay.
Is
Any
it like
kind of
agony aunt
questions.
questions?
Any. Just give it to us.
Well, like,
Give
what's
us.
your favourite number?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
13. No, that's yours.
Ooh.
Mine is 2, 14, and I'm quite partial to an 18.
I like angel numbers. So
Mm?
repetitive numbers.
Oh, do you?
Mm.
God, we're so interesting,
Like
aren't we?
11,
Yeah.
11, 3,
Do you know
3,
what-
3, 6. Oh,
Ooh,
fucking
999.
love a good number. Like, yeah, a repetitive number.
Do you know what? Do you know what
Makes me a
6
bit wet.
Do you
Do
know
you
what
know-
6.9 is?
No.
A beautiful thing ruined by a period.
Definitely not.
And
You
on
know
that
how period if you're
bombshell,
brave enough.
let's get out of here. See you later, guys.
I pissed myself.
Bye.
Shalom.